Good evening. My name is John Casaria from Hamden, Connecticut. I grew up believing I was a free American. Nowadays, I believe if I walk with my head down, I am a free American. You asked for us to give you respect. Now, thousands of us turned out at the hearings in support of pro-gun.
Right.
Where was our respect? Because thousands of us showed up versus the anti-gunners. We showed you who we were. You heard from the people. You know you're going to be hearing from it. So what respect did we receive in turn? They always say you're innocent until proven guilty. So where's the innocence? Where's the guilt? Nobody's been convicted of a crime. As a pistol permit holder, and everybody in here will agree with me, on a daily basis, we are scrutinized. If I get into a screaming match with somebody on the street, first thing they're going to say, oh, you're a pistol holder, where's your gun? And they're going to jump all over me. They're going to take that away from me because I got into a screaming match, whether a gun was used or not. I know you want to speak. You want to speak.
Go ahead.
So where's the justice in that? We're already scrutinized. If anything, now I could say I would protect you and your family from somebody intruding on your house. What can you say for me? Where's my protection? You can't offer that. So why take my guns from me or anybody else when we're out there, we're doing what law enforcement needs. They're understaffed, under-budgeted. We're protecting our own and theirs at the same time.
I personally, you are protecting yourself and nothing's been taken away from you. Your guns are not being taken away.
You say that right now.
Well, I'm saying,
this whole gun bill was done by ESER.
Right.
So, Connecticut General Statutes 2.26, now that wasn't followed because every time one of you voters gets up there to place your vote, you need to back that up with a fact. That wasn't backed up with a fact. So that would thereby make the whole system null and void. In order to pass a law, you can't break a law. That has been done. Do you know what 2.26 is? Anyone?
I didn't read the statute. There's so many statutes.
So maybe you should go back and look into 2.26 before you pass any more ESER laws.
I personally, I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. I don't think your rights are violated. You're still good on your guns.
Listen,
you can still protect yourself. You have full capacity in your home. You keep saying it. You have full capacity in your home. That's not being
understood. Wait, we're gonna be facing out on the street. We would face the same criminals law enforcement would face. So why is my life less valuable than his?
We have law enforcement. That's their job.
By the time you call 911, it's too late. If you can call it, have you tried that lately?
Hey! You got a microphone. You come up and speak with the microphone. You show respect for the speaker, and if you can't, you can leave. There's a speaker who's got the floor. You come on up and you talk. All right?
And our country is a land of laws. You could disagree with that or not. We have law enforcement. We have the military. I personally believe law enforcement and military have greater rights than we do. That's my personal belief. I have cousins that are police officers in New York City, and they have to go through so much training. I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion.
I work in New York City, and I see the training that they go through. I have several friends that are cops. The national average for an officer's strike is less than 17% across the board. 17%. You would need 5 cops to hit one guy out of 30 rounds. Come on now. I'm better than that. These people are better than that. So why put us in that type of a position? You say you know Hartford. We know Hartford too. ESER. We were shown what Hartford is. We put the time in, much like you guys did, but nobody supported us.
But we listened to all sides, and this was my decision. And I did my best as far as, I believe I did the best I possibly could to protect as many rights as possible you have.
Did you say yes or no?
I voted yes.
Did you read the bill prior?
Yes, I read it that morning. Not every single page, but I read it.
Did you understand it that day?
Yes, I did.
Because many of your fellow colleagues have no idea what they voted on.
Well,
so
I do.
With that being said, with so many people going to be voting yes, nobody could have voted no?
There were 105 no's. And 105 yeses, 44 no's. There's 44 no's.
So if you voted no, that would have been one more step on our side. You're going to sit up here and say, well, this is what we got you. You guys compromised. There's already 9,000 laws on the books.
I just got to say, I hear what you're saying on that issue. But when you're sitting there and you're saying, you need to get 7 of the 8 guns off of Mossberg, you need to not do this, and they say, well, okay, come back and stuff. Then you can't say, now that you've done all that, and you're one of the lead guys trying to make them do all that, and then you turn around and say, now you guys passed the bill,
Well,
I'm
it's-
off. You can't.
You represent
you can't
Mossberg.
do
Mossberg is gonna be affected by this, small amount. They just got into the assault weapon, or so-called assault weapon, sporting gun world. So their effect is gonna be minimal. They're in the shotgun world.
But I'm just saying, I'm using Mossberg as one of the reasons, and I'm saying there's the other reasons that we talked about. I don't wanna go back through it, but once you bring it down to that level, you can't turn around and say, thank you for bringing it all the way down, by the way, I'm off the package. You get your votes to get it through. That's not how, you can disagree, it is what it is, but that's not how it kind of worked. If you're sitting there telling them to do A, B, and C, and they do that, you can't turn around and say, now you gotta find the numbers to pass it on one side of the table. They're gonna say, no, and for that matter, let's put some of these back then. And that's how it works.
You like the suit you're wearing this evening?
Yeah, it's all right.
What happens if the majority of us in here this evening said, you don't fit in with us, you can no longer wear that suit? How would you feel about that?
I don't even understand how that.
No, because something will be taken from you that you paid for, you were taxed on, you were in the confines of the law.
Physically, what did we take away from you?
Excuse me?
Physically, what did this bill take away from you? Physically.
Physically?
Physically. No, I said physically.
When it says shall not be infringed upon, where's the interpretation on that?
I asked you
There is none.
physically, you said taking my suit. See, physically, what was taken away from you?
Money. Yeah.
If you-
You're gonna take, either you're gonna take them from me, or you're gonna make me continue to pay on them. Come on now. Where do I win on this? What's your answer? Come on, three of you, somebody come up with something. You're educated.
Look, you got a gun permit, you pay a gun permit,
Yeah, I
X
do.
number of dollars every 5 years, right?
How about this? How about this?
Wait a minute, how come we get to jump around and I can't? I'm asking you a question. Good point. A gun permit every 5 years, you pay for.
Yep.
Okay. So we're saying when you do a certificate for the, well, with your gun permit, they could buy another gun.
Yeah.
If you have a permit to carry, you could buy a long gun, you don't have to do another thing.
Okay.
You have to register your AR if you have it, no money. That's
How
it.
often?
5 years.
No,
one time.
No, the AR is a one-time.
One time, right? Yeah.
AR is a one-time, no fee, you register your AR. If you have a gun permit, the only thing you have to do under this bill, if you have a gun permit, is register your AR. Nothing else. And your magazines, your warranty clips. No money out of your pocket, because you already paid the money for the.
So,
why be in the gun?
Sorry, boy, I can't take, because I got these guys who are patiently waiting back there.
No, I know, I patiently waited for you guys to go on, you're
I'm just
right
saying.
back there, so
I'm answering your question,
I understand that.
okay?
Okay. One other thing,
So- With you, it doesn't take anything out of your pocket.
all right, it's been proven time and time again, registration, throughout the millions of years registration has been involved. Hawaii uses it. Not one crime has ever been solved through registration. Look at cars. Cars registered and insured, doesn't stop accidents, doesn't stop theft, doesn't stop death. So where's the proof that because my mag is registered? No, that'll never happen now.
Why do we have any laws now? Why do we have no laws?
Well, because
We should have not one law in this country. Not all
well, in the United States, we operate under the pretext that people are good American citizens. And being a law-abiding citizen, that comes with an effort on our part. Are you a law-abiding citizen?
Yeah.
Because a law made you that? Exactly, no, you shook your head.
That doesn't give me or anything else the right to try to violate it. If I do, I'll get punished for it. And as far as your right to have anything, why don't you should buy a tank, you should buy a bazooka. Those are guns.
Right.
You can't go.
Right, if the law allowed me
Does it
go,
make sense?
much like the law allowed me at the time to purchase what I have, I did that by the law. I did that by the law, and I go back to, because there's laws, does that make you a good or a bad person? Would you go home and beat your wife if there wasn't a law?
I wouldn't do it either way.
Exactly, so people understand how to live without breaking
We're a
laws.
world of laws in a country our country's based on the principles of law. It's just because human beings are infallible, we all are.
Right.
And we don't
Much
live in a perfect
as our
society.
government.
But our constitution and our country was formed on laws.
Correct. So now, the other countries that have banned firearms,
We're not banning firearms.
you say that today. Okay, we'll discuss this again in a couple of years.
Okay, we'll discuss in a couple of years.
All right.
But
I thank you for your time.
I thank you. Sir, no,